Hi, welcome back to Byte Forever. So, what I was thinking over the past week or so is what's the most useful or best thing you can do in one line of Commodore 64 Basic. So I was thinking, well, could you write, some utility code, or better would be a game. So anyway, I sort of did a Google of it, and someone's beat me to it really. In one sense, what you see on screen now is a complete game. It's just like a sort of downward scrolling dodge game, but nonetheless it's a complete game in a single line of Commodore 64 Basic. I've just found, I'll put a link to the website. The website's actually called oneliner64.com, and there's actually a video on there. You can play it online on an emulator. I'll put a link in the description. So I've just sort of tried to type this in based on a sort of screenshot in a little video on there, on that website, but I'm not convinced that I've got it right. So this literally is the first time I'm trying to run this now. So he's clearly using a lot of abbreviations here. So the one that I know anyway, question mark, that's the abbreviation for print. I've not seen this little spades thing before. Looks like a tree, but I think it's a spade off a cards, playing cards type thing. He's using these bars quite a lot. Now there's a few different bars in PETSCII in these graphic symbols. So I sort of tried to choose the one that looked most similar to then there's angle bracket there. So the problem with this is, so once you've typed it in, each Commodore 64 Basic line is limited to effectively to 2 screen lines. So that's the last part of it. So, oops, that's the film go off. So anything over that you won't be able to edit. And because we're using abbreviations, when you press return on this will actually, the Commodore 64 will convert all those to real basic tokens, and that'll push it way past one line. So this will actually go past one line, and then you won't be able to edit it. Anyway, I'll just press return. So if we do, so I'll show you what I mean now. So if you do the list on that, right, okay. So that kind of looks like I've miraculously managed to type it in correctly. So I've got print tab. So this is offset. I think this is trying to basically print a star, which is the character going up the screen you've got to dodge. And I'll show you this in a minute. And it's trying to print, I think it's printing at a random place on the screen. 39 is the number of characters, the number of columns. Get K, that'll be to get a keyboard input, so you can go left and right. Poke 1284. So I'll just look that up. Pause the video if I can. Okay, yeah, so this poke here, just looked it up. Well, I should have known actually, because it's a fairly standard one, but it's effectively somewhere in the first 1024 bytes of screen memory. So what I was using to look that up is this book, which I got on eBay, Commodore 64 Programs Reference Guide by Commodore. It's actually got, it's basically like a user manual that you get with a computer but on steroids. So it's got all sorts of memory map information. So you see there the VIC SCN is a label, but it's basically all the VIC chip screen memory. So what we're doing, or what this guy in this program's doing, is poking directly into screen memory. So that makes sense. What he's putting an offset on there as well, so that you can this is where you print in one of the characters anyway, and I assume it's the 22. Now 22 I think is another, I'll just look that up as well. So again, looking at the Commodore 64 Programs Reference Guide, got this page here, which is screen display codes, appendix B, and so all the PETSCII characters are in here, and 22 is V, so that's the, I think that'll be the sort of user player character that represents the user. So you actually find near the start, skip to the start of this book, and there's a really cool table. So on page 31, and this is all the, oops. So this is all the Commodore64 basic keyword abbreviations. So like we saw in the program code there, but there's basically every keyword in BASIC has got its own an abbreviation, so that's pretty cool. Right, so without further ado, let's run this and see what happens. Oh no, let's save it first, because you never know what's going to happen. So let's call it, oops, if I can spell, one-liner. Right. So save that, right, let's run it, see what it does. Division by 0 in line 1. Okay, so this is kind of one of the difficult things about doing these one-line programs, that now of course we can't actually edit that code there. It's luckily we've still got the original up there, so yeah, if we tried to press return now, we get a syntax error because it's gone beyond the one or the two screen lines. So we've got to go back up here, and somewhere in this line 1 is a division by 0. I wonder actually if it relies on setting some variables, because I know on ZX Spectrum Basic you can sort of set up variables and they sort of persist between runs. Yeah, let's just check this again. Oh, well, obviously we've got a 0 there. Is it that that's not meant to be 0? Try and zoom in. I'm just looking on the PC at the actual video. In fact, just quickly go around. So this is our website I was talking about, oneliner64.com, and yeah, so you see on there, this is a little video where it shows it typed in. That does look like a 0. There's, you know, that's got the sort of slash across the middle of it. It might be just one of the others. Thinking about it, this here, I've actually put in divide symbol, but I'm thinking now that is one of the PETSCII characters. Let's go back to this. I mean, I'm not going to spend too long debugging this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work in the end. But I'm hopeful that there isn't a divide by, but it's actually a shift and the N key. Now, on the video that might look the same, but okay, so what that's actually encoded as is 420 and peak 1324 plus P. Oh, and yeah, so that's the other one. The little sort of angle bracket there is actually a go-to, which is what it converts in, and obviously go-to 1. I'm not sure there's a comma there, because it would just be go-to 1. Oh, regardless of that, you know, who am I to question this? But I'm just gonna I'm trying to keep all this on one screen, because if I go over one screen, obviously, like I said, then I'll just call it one line 2. Saving that to the, I mentioned this before, I got this SD to IEC, so sort of brings your Commodore 64 up to date with the modern world to a certain extent. Okay, so obviously I'm just, what I'm doing here, I'm just press return over the previous run again. So I've still got a division by 0. I mean, why is that 0 there? That's what he's got. Because that, yeah, every time that's going to be divided by 0. Unless, again, that isn't a divide by, that's a left shift or shift key and an N. So it gives you the sort of PETSCII / character. So I can do actually now, one flaw of the Commodore 64 sort of disk operating, not disk operating system, but the kernel and basic commands for saving, you can't save the same file twice without, there's a way you can delete called scratch, I think, where you just sort of overwrite it, but it's easier actually to just, you know, give it an incrementing number. It's a bit of a pain, but alright, so let's try running it again. Oh, it's working! And obviously I don't know what the keys are, so it's just got down to potentially another bug, but it might be because this V you saw there, you've got to steer that around. I think you've got to steer that around all these little snowflakes or asterisks, and that just basically means game over. And it's really cool, this actually. Let's run it again and try and guess what the keys are. Nope. So I press the P key. That's not the no. So how do you control this? No, hang on a minute. Now it's not even running. Oh, because it just got to the player crashed into that too soon. Space key. So unfortunately, so now I'm going to have to try and work out. So obviously now I can't type this program in directly as it was. Well, I can't edit this code now. I'll just demonstrate that. In fact, because it's over the 2 screen lines. If I try doing that, syntax error because it's too long. Let's just screen again. So, oh, here we go again. So, when in doubt, make tea. I've actually got coffee in this, which is sacrilege, I know, but there you go. I felt like I need some coffee to try and debug this, just to try and work out what the hell the keys are. So it's doing get K, that just means get a keyboard input into the variable K, unless it is just as simple as K is the key that you meant. Okay, so that's syntax error straight away. So whenever you press a key, okay, so this must be a bug, so whenever you press a key it's actually crashing the game, it doesn't matter what you press. So it wasn't that it did it randomly. Let's do that again, just pressing spacebar. No, pressing spacebar is okay. So, yeah. I wonder if it's some of the number keys. I should actually, oh it is! So it's actually 1, so if you press 1, oops, or as I accidentally was typing run, but sometimes I do that as well, type in ruin, but it's a fraudulent slip. If you do run again, so 1 moves it to the left 1. How do you move to the right? So it's not, so I don't think it's 2. No, it's not. So is it 0? No, 9. Oh! I think it's 9. I think 9 is right, so we just got So 9 moves you right. This is absolutely amazing. It's a really cool game. So, and it's also got a thing where I think where maybe the length of the snake going down the screen will increase as well. Just see if that didn't. Okay. So this is actually, to me, incredible that you can get a fully functional game. So don't forget here, we're printing characters on the screen at different positions, random positions, and we're reading keyboard input. We're changing the position of the character. It's not just like one character, it's a long snake of V's going down the screen, or whatever you want to call it. We're poking out the screen as well, and we've got control code in there to detect if you've hit one of these obstacles. I think that is absolutely incredible. And yeah, fair play to the guy who wrote this. I think this one-liner, I'll have another look at the website a bit later, but I think there's like a whole kind of subgenre of programs, and people writing these sort of games. It's almost like the ultimate challenge to make it as small as possible. Anyway, that was just a short video. Hopefully it's short. I'll have to edit this down probably. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now.